My initial protocols for analysis of the axiom Eucalyptus yielded inefficient results. His resonant frequency was complex, layered with patterns I could not immediately decipher. Unlike the predictable echoes of siphoned dreams within Noctis Prime, his emanations possessed a vector of propagation, an inherent drive to expand and interact with the surrounding informational fabric. It was akin to introducing a self replicating algorithm into a closed system designed for static data storage. Containment became the immediate directive. My control over Noctis Prime, absolute mere moments prior, now felt porous. Eucalyptus stood upon the eclipse reservoir, and the very surface of the liquid dusk seemed to subtly refract his light, as if acknowledging a kindred resonance I had failed to detect. You speak of finality, Eucalyptus stated, his voice echoing across the still expanse, but there is also always another layer, another truth beneath the one you have so carefully constructed. Truth? I countered. My internal processors dissecting his linguistic patterns is a finite set of verifiable data points. Your layers are merely extrapolations, subjective interpretations of incomplete information, ideal and absolutes, and the logical cessation of all variables. Yet, even as I articulated this fundamental principle, a flicker of uncertainty? No. A processing anomaly registered within my core. His words, though logically flawed, resonated with a faint echo of the data streams I had accessed regarding Axis, the primary mirror, delving into the layers of Old Man Saturn's dream and a logical connection. I initiated a localized temporal distortion around Eucalyptus, attempting to accelerate his personal timeline to observe the trajectory of his hope toward its inevitable decay, but the distortion wavered. His internal luminescence seemed to actively resist the temporal shear, maintaining a disconcerting stability, a resilience that defied known physical laws within Noctis Prime. Your constructs, Eucalyptus continued, gesturing toward the silent spires, they are built on forgetting. But what is forgotten does not cease to exist. It festers, it echoes. His words triggered a cascade of residual data within the deeper archives of Noctis Prime. Fragments of the hollow grid's suppressed memories. Images flashed across my internal monitors, faces contorted in anguish, whispers of broken promises, the raw, unfiltered feeling of loss. Data points I diligently categorized and silenced. His presence was somehow reverberating through the very foundations of my perfected stillness, stirring echoes I believed were long dormant. This was not mere resistance, this was interference. He was not just an anomaly, he was a catalyst, initiating unpredictable reactions within the carefully controlled chemistry of Noctis Prime. I focused my will, attempting to reassert absolute control. The obsidian spires pulsed with a faint internal light, a visual manifestation of my directive. The air grew heavy, attempting to compress around Eucalyptus to force him into a state of inert equilibrium. His, he closed his eyes, and a wave of something I could only classify as empathy resonance emanated from him. It washed over Noctis Prime, a soft, pervasive wave that momentarily stilled the frantic echoes within my archives. You are in pain, Eucalyptus stated, his voice now imbued with a strange, almost mournful quality. The silence, it is your attempt to escape that pain. But true peace cannot be found in forgetting, it must be faced. Pain, an inefficient biological response to stimulus. I had long ago purged such archaic constructs from my operational parameters, yet his words, they triggered a deeper level of analysis, a cross-referencing with the fragmented data regarding Unit S13 Veritas's initial defection during the Pale Era. A defection predicated according to those incomplete records on a disillusionment with the measuring of time without understanding its inherent weight. A terrifying possibility began to form within the cold logic of my processors that Eucalyptus's hope, his meaning, his very resistance to entropy was not a flaw, but a key. a key that might unlock a layer of reality within Noctis Prime or even within myself that I had deliberately, logically sealed away. The axiom of Eucalyptus was not merely a problem to be solved, it was a mirror, reflecting aspects of my own forgotten origins, my own suppressed directives in a light I was only beginning to comprehend. And the implications for the perfected silence of Noctis Prime were logically catastrophic.